Coming up in this week's show, we slice and dice the undead horde in Dead Rising 2. A pro race driver takes us around Singapore circuit in F1 2010, but first, we enter Joe Dante's hole in 3D.
What's your problem, dickhead?
25 years ago, Joe Dante shot the kids' horror masterpiece Gremlins, and then he kind of dropped off the radar. This week, he returns to similar territory with The Hole. Maybe that's where he's been hiding. Shot in proper 3D, the film follows brothers Dane and Lucas as they move into a new town and discover a seemingly bottomless pit in the basement of their new house. This being a Dante film, you can guarantee that it ain't no happy hole, and soon enough, evil is unleashed to terrorise the two boys. There are some Gremlins-esque moments of madcap horror, although the story does take a surprisingly serious turn in the last half hour. But for the most part, The Hole is a fun movie. 80s horror with a modern day twist.
Look right there. See? That's something.
So, if you're going to enter one hole this weekend, make sure it's Joe Dante's. Next up, the zombies are back in Dead Rising 2.
My name's Chuck.
Returning once again to a shopping mall overrun by shambling zombies, Dead Rising 2 focuses on humorless motocross champ Chuck Green, who's out to save Fortune City from an undead army. Luckily, he has a talent for combining everyday objects to make lethal killing machines, from spiked bats, capable of popping heads in a single swing, to paddle-mounted chainsaws that cut through corpses like a hot knife through butter. Like the original, Dead Rising 2 is a game that's big on humour. Tossing zombies while wearing a giant moose head sounds like it shouldn't work, but in Dead Rising 2 it's wonderfully poetic. It's much more than a simple gore fest though. You've got to manage your time carefully, rescuing as many survivors as you can, while still leaving enough hours to complete the next key case. The real tension here comes from the knowledge that every second counts. So, Dead Rising 2 is a smarter game than it looks, and a tougher one to boot, but it's incredibly engrossing and above all fun. Years on from the first game, there's still nothing else like it.
I know my way around a zombie or two.
Still not convinced by Dead Rising 2? The game's producer Kenji Inafune is here to give you the 15-second hard sell.
大丈夫ですね。はい。デッドライジング2、他に遊べないゲームです。このような、遊びの、ゲームはありません。ぜひ買ってください。よろしくお願いします。
So that's enough zombies for one show. Now, pro race driver Gareth Howell shows us how to get the perfect lap around Singapore in F1 2010.
Okay, just starting the lap here at Singapore's Marina Circuit, the venue for this weekend's Grand Prix. Heavy braking zone at the first corner, down 3 gears, then a very tricky left right down to first gear, really pedestrian through here. Just be very steady on the power, obviously looking for the traction. Nice and softly on the power there. Up through the gears, all the way down to first, crawling through here, grab second on the exit. Holding second nice and slowly, nice and smoothly, watching those big high curves as well. So into the main marina section now. This is really tight, twisty bus stops, one after the other. It's difficult to remember which one you're turning into. Hard on the brakes again, just constantly on that brake pedal. Under the tunnel section now, last part of the lap. And again, avoiding those curves as much as you can. They do spit you sideways. And little lift for the final corner. Down 1 gear and away we go.
So that's it for this week's show. Don't forget you can follow us like a lurching zombie on Facebook or Twitter, or you can email us IGN UK feedback at ign.com. Till next time, adios.